Okay, I'm going to do a little quick video of this faux rice paper. Here is the plastic I used, and it tends to curl a little bit, I think, once the glue is on there. This one I haven't peeled off yet, and it's still damp, so it is not going to come off yet. And that's where I did some of the writing on it and the individual flowers that I tore out from a napkin. And this is one. Let me get my napkins. Sorry about that. That's why I don't do tutorials. I wouldn't be able to get all of it together. This is the pack of napkins I bought. And there are several layers on this one. They usually say it on the napkin package somewhere. I don't see it. But anyway, usually I take a little piece of tape because it's real hard to separate by your finger, and a little torn edge does not make any big difference. Put it on there and pull it up, and then it separates it there. There we go. Anyway, once you start tearing it, it usually comes off in one nice sheet, but of course it's not going to do it for me today. This can be used for doing the layers also. And I think there's one more layer on here. Let me try it on this corner. That corner seems to have an extra pressed area. Yeah, there's another layer. Now this is going to come off easier. So it gets very translucent. And that's another layer for doing your work. But it's very, very thin. You can almost see my hand through it. There you can see it. And then I take and cut out each one, and I've cut out the little moffets here too. And the same thing with this. It doesn't really say 2-ply or 3-ply. So this one was 3-ply. A lot of them are 2-ply. And this one, it's dried and I pulled off. Now this one actually had a stronger second layer, had a little bit of color left. The top printed layer I already used, and then this was a second layer that was faint design. And I added Japanese maple leaves to it. The back is real shiny, and I also like to put a layer on the back. Once I get done, I'll just turn it over and paint, and then add my other clear tissue on it. Oh, you can see a little bit of butterflies on that one. Here's a butterfly one that I took bits and pieces of these blue flowers that I didn't really want in the other design. And this will turn into a page. You can fold it like that and add it to your journal as a page. And it's pretty sturdy. That one has the shiny side. Then this one is a big sheet of tissue, and I also like to crumple and fold my tissue so I get this crinkly design in the paper. Kind of gives it that textured look. I don't think you can see it. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and add it to it. But each one of these is going to be a page. Some of the tissues you can buy are the right size to make a journal page for a book. 8.5 by 11. And the back of this one is also still very shiny. So there's one layer of clear tissue that I gel oxide printed the rose with a stencil, and then painted it, and then layered the butterflies, and then put another tissue layer on top. So it gives it a good 2-layer strengthening here. This is more like 3 layers here. This is the fern one. And the fern one, I'll cut it up probably too and make journal pages. But this one, I added tissue to the back in strips and overlaid them. So there's this little bit of a design in it. And the back then is smooth and more paper feel compared to the shiny layers areas. And then you can also write and draw and build on this as your, especially this back side, you could build on it. It won't be as translucent. When you build on the back of it. And then this is a little journal I'd made using napkins and such. But I added cheesecloth in the binding so I could sew into it and give it strength to make it into a cover. And I also sewed 2 layers together. So it's not as translucent, but it's really thick and heavy. And then here I added a pocket, and that's got, just with that. Yeah, I put cheesecloth, or actually, that's not cheesecloth, that is the other Band-Aid fabrics that you wrap with. I don't know what it was called, but I had excess amount of that. Yeah, it's pretty thick, and just make your little journal using that. Okay, and I just bought some mulberry paper, and it's got the texture in it. So that's what I'm trying to create with using silk or cotton, adding the, this is actual mulberry paper that was made in the proper paper making process. But this that I'm doing is faux rice paper. So this has, it looks like cotton in there. So that's what I'm going to do with mine, is add layers. Alrighty.